defenders, I think, is like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Man. Come on, Ian. People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. Do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Make sure them creative juices are flowing in your head, because I need you lot's comments either when this video premieres or the comment section after. Let me know your thoughts. Now, Declan Rice, Arsenal, Declan Rice. I mean, you know, for me, anything can happen in life. Until he's holding up the shirt saying I used to watch Bergkamp, Henry, Perez, etc., anything's to be said. But I do think we can rest assured, considering he's done his medical, personal terms have been agreed, and a fee's been agreed. But it does make you feel a bit of nerves. It does make you a bit frustrated. You know, you just want to see it done now. You know, it wouldn't be Arsenal if it was a long, dragged out transfer sagas. Although I say that, all that's lacking is an announcement. Now, I can understand the itchy fingers, the cold feet from fans. I'm not in the transfer rooms, neither am I on the boards of Arsenal or West Ham or whatever, so I don't know the current status, but I think we can relatively rest assured that the deal is done. That being said, it'd be nice to have an announcement. On the time of making this video, it's 10:41 a.m. Obviously today we'll be playing Nuremberg. Make sure you join me for a watch along. We kick off at 6 p.m. So I'll be live at 5 p.m. But you can imagine that Mikel Arteta is going to be asked about Timber, asked about Declan Rice. Now Arteta knows how to handle the media. You know, I always think, you know, when a deal's far away, he'll always say the typical things like, oh, I can't talk about players that aren't at our club. When there's relative confidence, as we've seen, and wow, I don't have any examples to hand. Yeah, I'm sure you lot have somewhat seen what I'm alluding to. He speaks specifically. So you could imagine if announcements don't come about Declan Rice and Timber, he might speak a bit more specifically. Nonetheless, allegedly, West Ham are becoming increasingly frustrated about the delay with the deal to sell Declan Rice to Arsenal. Well, we're frustrated about how you are dealing with the negotiations. The hold-up is being caused by delays with the paperwork being drawn up by Arsenal's lawyers. Rice has passed his Arsenal medical. So he's passed his Arsenal medical. So it's the calm before the storm. For me, if that's the case with the lawyers, fair enough. You know, they're probably some of the well-paid lawyers in their industry. It's a big move, like most transfers are, let alone a British transfer record for a British player and Arsenal's record signing. And obviously, you know, West Ham, the whole hold-up was, you know, the breakup of the deal, when they're going to get paid and when, and the installments and things. So if Arsenal want that to be crystal clear, every I dotted and T crossed, so that there's no grey area, so that things can't happen, I can't begrudge it. And to be honest, if that's the case, lawyers need to take their time and read through every line, and then get their colleagues to read through every line, etc., etc. People, West Ham can be as frustrated as they want. You should have showed the willingness to deal with this sooner rather than later. You have to imagine this is probably impacting somewhat their transfer plans, if any. So yeah, West Ham apparently are fuming at Arsenal over the Declan Rice deal, as the Gunners still haven't completed the transfer 9 days after the £105 million fee agreed. West Ham are angry with the delay to Declan Rice's Arsenal move, fearing they could miss out on key transfer targets. That's your business, I can't lie. Big up West Ham, massive club. Got a lot of love for their fans. But in relation to our board versus yours, I'm an Arsenal man, and I don't care, because, you know, if this was dragging out during the summer, going into the American tour, going into, you know, mid-August, and obviously it affects what we're doing in terms of the players we have available and maybe the futures of Granit Xhaka, maybe he wouldn't have gone to Leverkusen and we wouldn't have got 21.5 million, Partey, etc. I don't really care, really. Like, it's, I wouldn't say it's karma, but yeah, and you have to wonder how are West Ham and Arsenal relations going to be damaged, in that if we sell a player to them and they sell it, or we buy another player? I believe yes, but I also believe no, because you can't, you know, go into this. I see some Arsenal fans sit there and say, oh, let's never buy a player from West Ham before again. And I know a lot of people are saying that, but that's not a way to do business. You're cutting off your nose to spite your face. If there's a player that we want and we're able to obtain, we need to be able to do that. The same goes for West Ham with us. The Hammers accepted a £105 million bid from Arsenal 9 days ago, 100 million up front with 5 million in add-ons. Sun Sports understands Arsenal lawyers are yet to sign off Rice's contract, even though personal terms have been agreed and the England star's passed his medical. West Ham's hierarchy is tired of the drawn-out process. Well, you should have accepted bids and not tried to leverage putting City against Arsenal, and it has left a bitter taste with with West Ham over Arsenal's actions throughout negotiations. They're yet to act in the transfer window as they await Rice's exit before splashing the cash. They're also likely to miss out on Harvey Barnes and have been priced out of a move for Paulinho. Current status with Declan Rice, he's projected to joining Arsenal for the American leg of our pre-season tour. He's currently in Portugal on his holiday / some of you would have seen the images of him training people. Hopefully we can draw a line under this sooner rather than later, but who knows. Arsenal wanted to stagger the installments over a 5-year period, but West Ham once again dug their heels in and got their wish to have the full 100 million by 2025. As we know, Rice was always Arteta's priority signing this summer following the exit of Granit Xhaka to Leverkusen, and the future of Thomas Partey, depending on what outlet you read, remains in doubt. Some outlets say staying at Arsenal, some say he's going to Saudi Arabia. Every day is linked with a new Italian club, AC Milan and Juventus primarily. We all know we've brought Kai Havertz in, and we hope Timber's signing is completed so that they can carry on with things. So who knows exactly what's going on? Has Goal.com said anything? But yeah, once again, the Hammers board are frustrated at Arsenal's failure to produce the legal paperwork necessary to conclude the deal. The wait appears to be due to Arsenal's delay in Arsenal's lawyers producing the contracts, with the deal having been one of football's worst kept secrets for weeks. It's perhaps understandable that West Ham are keen to finally sign the paperwork and move on with their own transfer business. Once again, he's passed his medical. He's currently on holiday, keeping up in shape before he joins his new employers. All parties would be hoping the lawyers get their act together in time for Rice to jump on the plane for Arsenal's pre-season tour of the United States, which begins next week. And apparently we fly out on Sunday. David Ornstein has said, my understanding is pretty much everything is done and dusted. For Arsenal fans, there's nothing to be concerned about. They're committing a record fee, 100 million plus 5 million in add-ons. The announcement can take time on a deal of this magnitude. There's a lot to work through on various sides of the deal, but to my knowledge, it is on track and they'll get to the final stages and it will be done. Then, of course, everyone will get this announcement they've been waiting for in due course. Once again, he has said that pretty much everything is done. Romano has said there's no need to panic on the Rice and Timber announcements. Romano has said, I want to say Arsenal fans who are desperate to have the announcement of Declan Rice and Jeren Timber, guys, I can't control that. Only the club can announce the deals. But let me say again, I said here we go for Rice and Timber. I don't change my position. I saw some rumors again today, but I'm told it's just a matter of announcement. Let's wait and see when Arsenal will unveil their new signings. This remains very unclear. Arsenal have everything ready for those two deals, people. Once again, West Ham are angry with Arsenal's hierarchy. Once again, we've been linked with Guillermo's Bitello. We're looking to sign the versatile central midfielder, people, 23 years of age and whatnot. Apparently, you know, he got in 33 appearances across the board last season. He got 7 goals. Apparently, Guillermo won £8.5 million for 70% of the versatile midfielders transfer. But where's the 100%? Who owns the remaining 30%? And, you know, that sounds a bit fugazi. I'm sure Arsenal have been scouting and I'm sure many people have scouted him. But just because you're watching players and stuff doesn't mean you're necessarily going to move for them. He can play as a 10, as an 8 and out wide. He does seem completely different. But from what I can read online and learn about him with the limited knowledge I have, it seems like he'd be closer to the Havertz and the Smith Rowes and the Odegaards and the Fabio Vieiras. So, again, if Arteta wants him and he's 23 and he reckons he can make an impact, great. But at 23, if we're bringing you into already congested area where we probably need more pure centre mid options, people that are more likely to play in the positions behind Odegaard, you know, in Xhaka's role or Partey's role, unless it's a curtain raiser, forget about it. But, you know, if he brings something to the table, why not? He's got 2 years left on his deal, people. He does have a good technical ability, people. So it remains to be seen. This has said, you know, he's a talented player. The South American has quick feet, can beat his opponent 1v1 and has a fantastic eye for goal. Whether he's disciplined enough to play in Arsenal's engine room remains to be seen. So we'll have to see, man. Maybe there is interest, maybe there's not. Austin Trusty has been linked with Ipswich Town. You'd imagine a 24-year-old's future, while he's just got to Arsenal, is away from the club. He's currently with the boys in Germany. Hopefully he gets on the American leg of the tour. You know, you've got him, Balogun, and I don't know if and when Matt Turner will join the American leg, but considering they're all American and the fact of our owners American, we're missing out on marketing opportunities. Because we've brought in Declan Rice, who can play as a centre-back if need be, probably in midfield. Because we've just signed Kirill, we've got Gabriel and Saliba. Tommy Ass, who can play over there. Obviously, if Rob Holding leaves, he could take his spot, but Rob Holding has a marginalised role. I'm probably missing out another centre-back at the football club. Benjamin White can play over there and Timber can play over there as well. probably means the 24-year-old isn't going to cut the grade here. Had a great loan spell at Brum, as it says here, he got player of the season. So if we snapped him up 18 months ago for a nominal fee, we can make a couple of million quid, whether he goes to Brum, Ipswich, or any team he's been linked with. Keep it moving. I wouldn't say there's necessarily a need to sell him, but in terms of clawing back some transfer fees or bringing in some income after having outgoings, it could make sense. You look at, I would say he's top 3 loanees of the season, really. He's had a very good loan spell where, as I said, he's been given Birmingham City player of the season. Balogun's obviously had a great year with France and in France with Reims, and his future is subject to whatever. Obviously, Charlie Patino had a decent spell at Blackpool, even over in Austria after a conquer. I'm not saying everybody needs to be sold. I'm just saying, you look at our team, the players that we don't really want to sell and probably available for the right price are the only ones that are going to bring significant value to the club. We all know if we can shed Cedric, Pepe, potentially Tavares and Lokonga and Rinnerson and people of that ilk, our wage bill starts to decrease after obviously bringing in some big money names on good wages. Well, in Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, and Timber's going to get an upgrade. We've committed new contracts. We need to claw some fees back, really. And Trusty probably falls under that, really. And as we know, the Balligans, the Tieneys, the, Holdings, their futures, Partey's, their futures are still subject to speculation. We know we've got 6 million from Pablo Mari's deal to Monza. We've got an extra 2 million from the Leno deal because Fulham have stayed in the division. So we're going to need, £21.5 million from Granit Xhaka. Obviously, I'm not an accountant, but, we've had a significant outgoings. And that should happen, really, if you want to be a team that wants to go one better than last season and get to the latter stages of competitions and ultimately win silverware. So we'll have to see exactly how that transpires and how that works out, people. But it would be nice to start being linked with names that aren't, Lavia and, Lavia's of this world, and who else is there? The Declan Rices, the Timbers. We've seen the same old names. We have been linked once again with Wahi, people, who is linked with in January. Chelsea apparently have entered the race for him. Not too sure where this is going to go. The versatile attacker had 19 goals in 33 games. Also has interest from Newcastle United. We all know Saliba signed a new 4-year contract, which Saka, Martinelli, Saliba, and anyone else I'm missing out, Ramsdale, signing them to new deals is just as important as bringing in what Arteta might do with Kai Havertz or, obviously signing Declan Rice. So, yeah, we all know Xhaka's left. We all know Nelson signed a new deal. We've heard the same language around Declan Rice for about 2 years now. Can we get it done? We've been linked with Kylian Mbappe as well as Tchouameni. Can't see that happening. No clue why Pepe actually isn't in training. I don't know. I mean, Arsenal have probably liaised with him and there must be a reason, but he seems to be doing personal training with personal trainers and that where, you're seeing a lot of players, whether they're going to be at Arsenal or not, return, really. So I don't know if Pepe will be part of the American leg of the tour. It'd be nice to see him and Balogun get opportunities to somewhat change Arteta's thinking, but who knows really and truly what's being done in that regards. Arda Güler signed for Real Madrid. We all know that's a myth. We all know we signed Kai Havertz. Lavia has been aggressively linked with Liverpool once again today, but we have alleged an interest in Lavia, and as it says here, a host of Premier League clubs do. Apparently, all the Premier League teams are bulking at Southampton's 50 million quid price demands, especially because Southampton have been relegated. He's only been there for a season and he's a talented player, but I wouldn't say he set the Premier League alight necessarily. That being said, I would have him at the Emirates. With that being said, let me know your thoughts on everything we've discussed here, people. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Make sure you turn on your notification bells because once again, Arsenal play Nuremberg at 6 p.m. I'll be live from 5 p.m. On that note, stay safe, stay blessed. I'm out.
There's always just that active red flag, defenders. I think it's like